This video is going viral of UFC President Dana White with his wife at a New Year's party where she slaps him and he slaps her back. And of course, this resulted in a huge media outrage. And rightfully so. Yet, people seem divided over this. Many are saying you should never put your hands on a woman. Some are actually saying, equality, am I right? So, let's take a look at this from a Muslim's perspective. Number one, obviously there seems to be a lot of alcohol involved. Alcohol is prohibited in Islam. It's a major sin. So it looks like they were drinking at this nightclub, which probably influenced their negative behavior. But personally, I don't think that's an excuse for either of them. Plus, I don't know if this is a one-off or if this happens behind closed doors. Who knows? But from a Muslim perspective, you shouldn't be at a nightclub or drinking alcohol. Number two, hitting women. Domestic abuse. These are the traits of a weak man. Not necessarily weak physically, because you could be a mountain of muscles, but rather weak mentally, psychologically. Insecure, lacking emotional intelligence. And as a result, you're taking out your anger and frustration on your wife. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, لَيْسَ الشَّدِيدُ بِالسُّرْعَةِ إِنَّمَا الشَّدِيدُ الَّذِي يَمْلِكْ نَفْسَهُ عِنْدَ الْغَضَبِ. The strong one is not someone who overcomes people with his strength. It's not simply the one who's the strongest physically, but it is the one who can control himself when he's angry or enraged. Controlling your emotions, your actions, your words. That is what being a strong man is. Not just physical strength as a masculine trait, but self-control. Number three, equality. Let's make one thing clear. There is no such thing as absolute equality. I don't mean equality in terms of rights to vote or education or employment or pay. That's not what I'm referring to. I mean absolute equality. That does not exist. People who say things like men and women are absolutely equal. They are the same. There's absolutely no difference between a man and a woman. Yes, there is. There are clear physical, mental, or psychological differences. Physically, we look different. Thank God for that, eh? We also think differently. That's not a bad thing. It is what it is. And the overwhelming reaction to this situation proves there's no such thing as absolute equality. Listen to this. If Dana White's wife slapped him, and that was the end of it. If he didn't slap her back, then nobody would have cared. It would have probably just been a funny meme of Dana White being slapped. Done. Finished. But the fact that he slapped her back, the news exploded. This shows that the two scenarios are not the same. They are not absolutely equal. And by the way, if you believe in absolute equality, then you should have no issue with a man slapping a woman, right? Because after all, if they're absolutely equal, then there's no difference between him slapping his wife and him slapping another man, right? But as we can see, that is absolutely not the case. There is a difference. Women, don't slap your men, and men, don't slap your women.